you're a police officer and you're training to be a police officer, I think you should have a good level of fitness. You know, I would do some anaerobic training. Most athletes I would recommend is anaerobic training. Good anaerobic training. You should be able to sprint. You should be able to pull up. You should be able to push up. You should be able to do some tumbling. You know, some dive rolls, etc. You might need that on the job. You never know. But most of all, you need wrestling and jiu-jitsu. Judo, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, the grabbing arts, the not so much the punching arts. You know, I don't think it's as important. It's rare you're going to get into a fist fight. I assume as a cop, you're probably going to want to grab somebody and apprehend them. I worked security and I never punched anybody. As a security guard, I never punched anybody. However, I did definitely grapple people and bring them down to the ground. Definitely. That I used a lot. And I assume as a police officer, in most cases, you're going to be more police officers than assailants. You know, I'm assuming you're calling backup. I would punch and kick only if I was outnumbered. Now, I think it's going to be rare for a police officer to be outnumbered in a dangerous situation. And of course, you have your taser and you have your gun. I mean, if you're outnumbered, you're probably going to pull out a weapon. Don't use your fists. But let's say you got to apprehend the guy and you don't want to hurt him. You're obviously not going to punch him. What you're going to do is you're going to grab him. You're going to give him a little bit of a shakedown. You know, you're going to grab him. You're going to take him down. You're going to hold him down. You're going to pin him down. And once you're pinning him down, you need to know your wrestling. You need to know your jiu-jitsu. You need to know your controls. So that's how I would approach it. How effective do you think judo throwing? Fernando, it's super effective. However, I prefer freestyle wrestling. That's just my personal preference. You're asking me how good is judo throws in MMA against wrestlers. Look at the statistics. It's been very good. Judo practitioners get a lot of takedowns in MMA and oftentimes against wrestlers. Okay, so it's been very successful in MMA. I still prefer wrestling. I just don't feel as comfortable doing the judo throws. Now, I do judo throws because they're in freestyle wrestling. Again, that's just my own personal comfort because that's the style I grew up in. That's the style I understand. But believe me, I've wrestled with some bad men that are judo experts. Okay, they will throw you. If you shoot their legs or you grab them the wrong way, you're going for a ride. Okay, they know what they're doing. They can hurt you. Believe me. They can toss you in the air. They've been doing these kind of throws their whole life, and to them, it makes sense. I've trained with Jason Morris and his crew. I mean, these guys are great judokas, man. Great judokas. You don't just take them down. It's not easy to take down. Okay. My only thing I would say personally, in my experience, okay, now don't take this the wrong way. Okay, I give a small edge to wrestling. I'll tell you why. Because judo, you got to rate more for the good opportunity. The guy's got to have overextended himself. The guy's got to be in a vulnerable position. And then I can use my judo. Whereas in wrestling, I can provoke the takedown more. I can go for it more. I can impose my takedown on you more. Because when I put you up against the fence and I lock up your legs and I'm locking up your upper body, it's more suffocating. I find wrestling more suffocating. Whereas judo, I have two critiques of judo. And I can give many critiques of wrestling. Okay, now this is as somebody who loves judo. I'm an admirer of judo. I love judo. But I would say that one thing I would say is if I don't grab you, and I'm just defensive, and you try to grab me with your judo locks, and I just kind of block. I'm very good at blocking judo throws. Okay. Now, mind you, I've worked with judo Olympians. Okay. I feel like I can break their grips and defend. I could stall more against a judoka than I can a freestyle wrestler. I feel that the freestyle wrestler is harder to push off, to get off me. Okay, they're more sticky. Okay, think of Kobe. I don't think Kobe would be as effective as a pressure fighter if he was a judoka. Now, when it comes to countering, judo's got it in the bag. They're great at countering. Like if you grab them or you try to pressure them, they're great in the bag. So I would say, let's say I was fighting a really good striker who wanted to sprawl and brawl. Okay, he wants to stay standing. He wants to use his kicks and punches. He doesn't want to wrestle with me at all. He wants to keep me standing. I prefer to have freestyle wrestling on my side than judo because I need him to grab onto me in judo. I need him to give me something to throw. I need some momentum from him. I need some gripping. With freestyle wrestling, I could just go drive him. I can Khabib him. I can Kobe Covington him. I can drive him up against the fence, tap his body. I can pressure him more. Okay, so that's just my point of view. I know that some judokas will disagree. It's just been my experience with judokas. I feel that they're easier for me to block. They're easier for me to stall against. Whereas freestyle wrestlers stalling against them it ain't easy. It really ain't easy.